Okay, this is weird. I've never made so many damn videos in a row before. I think it's mostly because I can't do 2 hours videos anymore. But anyway, my name is Seth. If it's your first time joining my channel, I'm a business and spiritual consultant. Um, and here we go. We're going to talk about the one that I should not pronounce, God. Anyway, I'm kidding. The reason why I laugh so much because I rejoice in hurting my enemies. So that's one thing. I'm a little bit psychotic. So when I win, I'm happy. When I lose, I'm sad. That's quite simple, actually. As bad as it sounds, and as mean and unloving as it sounds, because you should, even if you hurt somebody, you should hurt somebody out of love and not to just hurt them. I tend to think that from my position and my standpoint as an indigo person, or somebody that is targeted by a singular individual or many individuals, this kind of treatment, when revenge is set upon you, I do think that I deserve to laugh at you, and profusely too. But that's my opinion. You don't have to agree or act like I do. And the other reason is because I love Deadpool and Joker. They're kind of like my heroes. So I kind of act like Deadpool a bit. Anyway, a lot actually. I'm very much like Deadpool. So, anyways, except for the homicidal craziness, I'm very much like Deadpool. So, main topic, God. I'm gonna try and be serious because I understand that I have spoken about God and the immense power that this entity holds. It is actually quite amazing. And that is not a compliment. I mean that in the most horrendously horrified, scared, shitless dude as I possibly can. Because I remember that one of the stories that I've spoken on YouTube is the night where I prayed to get out of a cornfield in the middle of freaking nowhere, and a bus came to pick me up that was going exactly to the place where I needed to go, and it was in the middle of a thunderstorm. So yeah, and I don't know if you know this, but the last place that you should find yourself during a thunderstorm is in a cornfield. So that was that was pretty lucky actually. Um, but like I said, I'm a special person. I'm a special individual. So people like me, he tends to put a lot of attention on them. Um, i.e., suffering. Now, in the story of Jacob, they always pretend like it's Satan that's hurting Jacob, and it's just a deal to see if Jacob loves me or not. Nah, no, it's not. Jacob is special, and since he's a sociopath, um, I don't think that's how that conversation went, if there was a conversation at all, because I don't know how anybody in the entire universe would know what God and the devil said to each other when there was no one to listen to what they said, but it's still in the freaking Bible. But whatever, that's another story for another day. Now, give me a second here. My window's open. People can hear me, and I think I can hear them too. Let me just close this real quick. Yeah. All right. So So that's one story. And it was I lost my concentration while I was talking. So I don't think that's how that went. So I think he does that with special people. He tortures them until they submit to him, because people that are special have common sense and are very capable of living without him. And since he's a egomaniac, a megalomaniac, and a very egotistical and jealous, I don't think it would be in his best interests to have random a-holes like us walking around being free all willy-nilly, not needing any attention from anybody and not needing any help from anybody, because we can figure things out by ourselves, and that would not make us antisocial. We just wouldn't necessarily need that many people around us and stuff, right? While the other rest of the people are banded together in one group to be able to do things and blah blah blah, and you don't really need that because you're capable of figuring things out by yourself. Shit, and even if you can't, you just the fact that you can't, you find it fun. It's a new challenge, so you take the time it takes to figure out whatever it is, and you don't mind asking somebody for help. You basically don't need anyone to tell you what to do, because you already have the knowledge of the things that you need, that you have to do, because you are a divine being, you are a divine spiritual. So you don't need to walk around with the Bible in your hand. You are the Bible. You don't need to have the keys to heaven. You are heaven, period. So that's one story. And the other story was the time where I saw heaven. The other one. There was a club. There was a club in heaven. There was a club in heaven that I attended, and I saw a lot of people there at the club. There was some great music, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. There was some great music, and I saw people that I recognized. I don't know these people in real life, but I knew that I knew them. I wept when I saw them. Not a lot, barely, but I could feel that my eyes were watering, which kind of let me know, like, these people are people that passed, and this is their physical representation in my mind, or in this heaven realm thing that we're in right now. So I knew that I knew these people. Like they looked at me with a smile, and I was looking at them, and I knew that I recognized them. I had warm. It was warm-ish, right? So that was one story where I was, in the club, and chilling with that. I don't know why I saw that. It was random, but I knew it was heaven. Well, it had to be heaven, but who knows? Maybe it wasn't heaven. Maybe it was somewhere else. Maybe I was wrong, and then another story that I've counted here, another testimonial, as some Christians would call it, another testimonial. Now, mind you, I don't have a problem with Christians, man. It's the Christian faith that I think is based on a complete and utter lie. Because if you're a Christian, that means you believe in something greater, not necessarily greater than yourself, but something greater. You believe in something. Like you have belief, bro, and that's not a bad thing. That is absolutely not a bad thing. You need belief to do everything on this planet, man. So I can't see you as a bad guy because you're a Christian, but there's a lot of bad Christian out there, and are Christians, I am pretty sure, that know very well what I'm saying is true, and they're exactly the people that are trying to ruin our lives. But never mind, that's another story for another day, I guess. So the last story was The last story was when I infiltrated heaven. Now, mind you, the last time I said this story, I did say that I infiltrated heaven. So I had a team. It was a dream, of course. I had a team of professional heist guys. I don't know what to call them. I don't know what to call these guys. We had tactical suits on, we had weapons on, we had the whole shebang, bro, like Hollywood movie type shit. And I went through the tunnel, you know, the Matrix tunnel that everybody keeps talking about, the freaking tunnel, man. I was on a train, and I think that my team had a fight with two angels, right? And I remember telling you guys that we got ripped to shreds, bro. One of the angels looked like The Rock, and the other one was a small blonde hair, blue eyed girl, right? And I said, I think those people were like guarding the train, so we weren't supposed to be there, and we got ripped to shreds, like ripped to shreds. I only survived by complete chance. I hid under one of the benches. You know, I hid under one of the benches in the metro, and as soon as we arrived at the station, and when the door came out, I rolled out the thing, and then I went out. I think there was two of us left. Actually, yeah, there was two of us left, and you know, I think I was hiding. We hid somewhere. And you know, I think one of them was still fighting. You know, one of the two angels. One of them was still fighting the two angels. I was hiding under the thing, and when we arrived at the station, we got away, and the door slammed, and on the two guys that was in the thing. And you know, we went. You know, we arrived at the station. When we arrived at the station, it looked like a massive shopping mall. Like it looked like a humongous. It looked like a shopping mall mixed with a courtyard. Like it was like a place where everybody. It was like New York City, but if it was a courtyard, like if it was a mall. So there was like stairs, but there was also people. It's like Central Park, but with stairs. Basically, that's what I saw. It was like Central Park with the stairs, and we were like people. There was like regular people. They weren't guards or anything, but there was like regular people, and they was just walking around and stuff. And you know, and to prove my point, at the end of the dream, we got there was like security guards, I guess, or rent-a-cops. And they looked like rent-a-cops, and they had like sticks, nightsticks, and everything. And they caught us. They caught us. Everybody there were overpowered. They were stronger than us. That's why they took care of us pretty easily. You know, so they just, you know, wailed on us. Like that's how the dream ended. I got nightsticked to the face, and I woke up. So that was pretty much it, bro. So you know, and then and then there was the prison story, you know, where but that was kind of like witchcraft, you know. It was kind of like witchcraft, man. And it kind of fucked me up a little bit. I mean, not really, because when I did that, I was really into God and stuff, but the more I think about it, the more it felt like I was doing witchcraft. Cause I didn't want to stay in jail, right? It was one of them times I didn't want to stay in jail. I didn't feel like it. I think it was like near Christmas or something. I don't remember. So anyway, I just didn't feel like staying in jail this time, bro. And I was tired of going to jail. So I'm like, man, you know. So I'm standing there in my jail cell, and I'm like, you know what, man? I started praying, and I started naming all the 72 angels, and when I did that, when I prayed to all the 72 angels, there's a guard that came into my room and said, okay, it's time for your process, right? So I'm like, dang, okay. So I go to the process, and it's like, pack your things, you're leaving. And I'm like, where am I going? Well, we don't know if we gotta check out if you're going to another prison, or they're gonna let you out, right? Because it wasn't a big charge. So I go to the thing, and I'm like, they're asking me to talk to a lawyer and everything. So I'm like, God damn. So I talk to the lawyer and blah blah blah, and I'm like, dang, man. And so you know, I'll make a part two because this video is too long. Part two. See you.